I'd like to come and work here in Kenya, or as an employer, I'd like to hire a foreigner. Are there any specific or special licenses or permits that needs to be applied to before I start working here in Kenya?
So yes, in order for you to work and reside in Kenya, there are special work permits and passes that you would need to apply for. So this application is done, or rather you make an application to the Director of Immigration, and everything is governed under the Kenya Citizenship and Immigration Act.
Okay.
It's actually illegal even for you as an employer to willfully employ a foreigner who does not possess the required work permit. And you can actually be fined up to either imprisonment or a fine of about 500,000 in case you contravene this. So it is actually the duty of you as the employer to make sure in case you're onboarding or hiring foreigners that they have their requisite work permits and documents. Now when it comes to work permits, we have 9 classes. They're categorized from class A all the way to class M. So depending on what you want to come and do in the country, a different class of work permits will be applicable to you. So we have work permits that are issued for different things. So in case you want to come and do mining, that's a different permit. We have permits that enable you to come and do agriculture, to do just normal employment. We have a permit for refugees. We have permits for people who are coming to do things to do with charitable organizations. So you need to consult perhaps a legal specialist so that they can advise you on the particular type of work permit and pass that is applicable to you and your situation. So the most common type of permits will be the class C, D, and G. So class D is our normal employment permit. So you're a foreigner, you're coming, you've been offered a job in the country, so you need this particular work permit to now come and start the work. When it comes to requirements, all these permits, depending on each class has its own specific requirements that you will need to meet. However, at the bare minimum, of course, you would need to submit the application forms. You need a copy of your passport photos, either your KRA PIN, or if you've been in the country longer, then you'd need a tax compliance certificate. You'd need an introductory letter, either by yourself or by your employer or by your organization or business or company, and so forth and so forth. So those are just general requirements, but depending on each class, you need to be well aware of what documents you need to submit. So in most cases, these employment permits are usually issued for up to 2 years, and they are renewable for as long as you comply with the provisions in your work permit. So you need to still ensure that you're filing your taxes, you're not engaging in any illegal activities. In case your status changes, of course, you need to make sure that you update the Director of Immigration. Yes. And then perhaps another class, we have the class C, which is applicable if you're coming to start perhaps a business, which is, or engage in consultancy for prescribed professions. So prescribed professions are these professions that actually have professional bodies. So that would be perhaps the doctors, we have the accountants, we have even lawyers, because we have the Law Society of Kenya, which is our governing body. And then we have the class G, which is now you're just coming, you want to start a business, you want to invest in Kenya. So similarly, even this one has its own set of requirements, but at the bare minimum, you need to have at least 100,000 US dollars. And that's your indication that you're ready to invest that in the country.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah, but so just like I said, always consult a legal professional so that they can guide you on the requirements and the documents that you would need to submit.
Are there any charges to procure these permits?
Yes. So again, depending on the class of the work permit that you are seeking to apply for, different charges will be applicable. I know there was recently there was a gazettement that the changes and the rates would be changing. They are not yet in effect, but you need to be advised again, depending on the specific class that you're applying for a work permit, how much is applicable.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Ingrid, for explaining to us about work permits here in Kenya, and we appreciate your assistance.
You're welcome.
If you'd like to know more about employment law, the area surrounding employment and work permits, please visit our website or call us on the number down below, and we'll be happy to engage you.